Hey y'all, it's Michael. How y'all doing? It is February, and I thought I would do a little bit of um, a reading update. I have been struggling. I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. I have been struggling to read, and that's because when I am reading, I am usually happy, and so far, these past few weeks have been not that great. Here's the thing: I don't put a lot of stuff out on the internet just to keep it real with y'all. But I feel like I do owe you guys to tell you something because it is important, and I know some people might ask about it because they're gonna start to notice. But Bullet right here behind me, unfortunately, he's right there. Can you see him? He'll be gone soon. Yeah, long story short, basically I went to the vet, and he doesn't have that much time left, unfortunately. He is literally in all of my videos. He's always there, whether he's behind me like laying down like this or just running around. He has always been on my channel, and I know someone might ask one day and be like, "Oh, where's your dog?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's gone." And it's a little bit hard for me because, well, first off, obviously I love him. He's my dog. I just recently lost someone else, and so yeah, when when I went to that vet and she told me, like, she was giving me like the status, and I said, "Oh my God, I was like, I just lost someone. Like, this is hard." And it's one of those things where I thought I was over it, but here's the funny part about grief. That shit could come back any second, anytime, and you'll just be like, damn. So my reading these past few weeks especially haven't been the best. If I were to show you my reading chart, it's like this. It just keeps dropping. Some days I can only read like 5 minutes. Other days it's just like a small section and that's it. So I thought I would give you a little bit of a reading update and let y'all know a little bit of the reading going forward in February, because I am part of a book club, and it is difficult to read. So far this year I only finished one book, and that's The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I'm gonna talk about this book because I have very strong feelings about this, and I think this low-key kind of put me in a reading slump, because first off, it's super long. Okay, it is incredibly long. It's like over 600 pages, which is a lot, because it almost feels like this is one of those books where I feel like it pushes the story, but it also goes nowhere. So this is the second book in the Mistborn trilogy, the first act of the first original Mistborn trilogy, because there's other ones within the Cosmere part of this. And I feel like this book really showed a lot of my grievances from the first book. And I think that is really with the prose, because this time it really showed like the faults within Sanderson's writing. This is basically about a world where we have allomancers. So allomancers can use metals and ingest them, and they have different properties and different magic and whatnot. The world building is so cool. Like, the use of the metals is literally so cool. And when the action is happening and is going on, I'm not gonna lie, it's like a movie in my head that's playing, and in my head, I am the best director and visionary, because I'm imagining it and it just looks so cool in my mind, okay? In my mind, it looks incredible. Like, I am seeing them bend the metals and just like, it's as cool as I think it is. The fault with this is because in the first book, the language is so simplistic and very like it's actually helpful because it really eases the reader into the world, and it makes it like have this very simplistic point of view of the world that Sanderson is building. The main issue is within the second book, it really hinders it because now it's really showing its fault. It just felt very showy, and I think might just be me, but when it comes to fantasy, I want to be in the world. I want you to describe, like, I want the prose to be like, I wish it was more elevated because then I would feel like it was some compared to which well, we shouldn't compare it, but in comparison to other like fantasy worlds and building like fantasy world, I felt like this one, because of the writing, it's so very just tell, help with the world building and whatnot. Because there are parts in here, like even they were mentioned parts of the world, and I was like, why didn't you mention, like, I don't visualize it and I don't see it, like, and it just doesn't really bring me into the world. And also there are again some of the writing also really questions me, because this is an American author, right? I'm assuming, and there are parts in here where they would speak just randomly out of nowhere, like they would use slang, like, and I was like, whoa, hold up. But then also like modern wordage, but it would be like what like British people would use, and I was like, hold up, what is like, it constantly took me out of the world. The character development I thought was just mid, okay, because even with Vin, the main character, I felt like it went nowhere. Even with the other characters, it was just there is one character in here, I don't want to, I guess, say it because it might be a spoiler, but the progression of that character, it is really nice. This is also, I felt like it really suffered from the second book syndrome. It's just a progression to get us to the final book. But if I were to give one props, I'm not gonna lie, the last few pages of that, like once the revelations start hitting, I was like, oh, now I see what you're doing. Okay, now I see what you're doing and what it's building up to. But I felt like this is one of those things where the journey is such a slog, and it just felt very cumbersome because of the prose, that it really like put a halt down to everything. And I just felt like at one point I just was like, I kind of wanted to give up, but I kept pushing and pushing. And what I say, the last few pages, like the action does really keep going, and that part was great. But I felt like it really missed a lot of the opportunity with the prose, the character development, and just the world building. I was just like, ah. But will I read the third book? Yes, I will read it. I will keep it, but I think this one, I gave it like a 2.5. I think it's just in the middle. It really is just a second book, and for us to get to the finale, and I'm interested to see what happens. But I think I need to like not read this within a while. Let me tell you, I'm putting only 2 books on my TBR for February because I'm going to I don't know how much I'll be able to read. But if anything, have I started on our book club book? No, but I'll be there. All right, so for Read So Lit, we are reading Country Place by Ann Petrie. We are having our live show on February 22nd. The good thing is this book is really short. It's 266 pages, and so listen, I can read that like that. I'm really excited for this, actually. I don't even know what it's about, but if anything, if it's as good as The Street, which I really like, then that's gonna be great. So yeah, come join us for our read along. It'll be on Dee Dee's Brown Girl Reading channel. I'll leave the link down below so you guys can check it out. The only other book that I have on my TBR, because also it's on my thing for Libby, so I can read it soon, which is Cane River by Latita Tedemy. I was supposed to read this in January, but I didn't get around to it because life. And I was trying to read again like the last book, the Brandon Sanderson, but I just didn't get to it. So I'm excited to read this. This was supposed to be for a book club book. I'll also leave down the link below for this was for a ladies book club like read along thing, and I was supposed to read it in January, but I didn't get a chance to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the videos that she posted up as I read it along, because it's available in my library, so I'm just going to check it out. But yeah, those are the only 2 books that I'm hoping to read by February. Otherwise, I will dibble and dabble, but we'll see how that goes. It's just, it's rough. I'm trying my best. Today, I was like, ooh, I'm in the mood. I'm gonna film. But you know, some days, like that day when I found out, it was rough. And then the day after, it was rough. My sister was like, you know, just be prepared. And I was like, I know. Dom is always there. He's great, giving me support. Thanks. It's just, it's hard, guys. It's hard. He's just been with me for so long. That's the part about it. And he is getting old. Even the vet was like, yeah, he's old. He's getting up there. I was like, yeah. And that's the part, like, he wasn't even, I don't think I've ever talked about that, but like, he wasn't even supposed to be my dog. I don't know if y'all ever knew that, but he, basically, I got him because my sister, well, it wasn't really my sister, it was someone who shall not be named, basically brought the dog home. And then afterwards, since we banished him from our life, I was like, okay, sure, I'll take care of him. And he's just been here ever since. I always knew that he was getting old. We would play fetch, like in this back. Y'all know this backyard is long, okay? This backyard's pretty huge, and you know, me running back and forth, you could get tired. But at one point, I just started to notice that he would get tired before me, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So, yeah. Y'all don't need to leave anything down in the comments. It's fine. I'm already preparing mentally, and it's fine. I just know this is a part of life. I'll still be sad, and I'll be sad. I'll play some video games. It'll make me happy. And speaking of video games, like, you know, that's one thing that I go to escape. And it was funny because I was playing Final Fantasy 7. Just the remake, not the second one. And I was like, ooh, because I wanted to play the second one because I was going to buy it. And then I was like, wait, hold on. I don't know if I can play this game because I know what happens. And if you know what happens, I was like, oh, that's going to make me super sad. But luckily, I finished remake and that didn't happen. So, yay. But, yeah. So this might be the last time you guys see him in a video, unfortunately. Bye-bye. You want to say bye? Oh, he's moving. You want to say bye? Come here. Look, come here. Before the camera overheats. Come here. You want to say bye? Hold on, let me turn the camera. Want to say bye? You got grass on you. Okay, he's laying down. All right. Oh, belly rubs. Oh, he likes the belly rubs. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go edit now. Bye-bye. All right. Bye.